So like about that back in that Joel 2 and verse 30, it says, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. You see? And let's get this word wonders right here. Because like I spoke about, the Lord sent out the prophets to proclaim these wonders. You see? And getting straight to the point, Strong's H4159, it says wonder, sign, miracle, portent, wonder as a special display of the Most High's power, sign, token of future event. You see? So the Lord, of course, He's showing these. We got a blood moon coming up, March 3rd. The Lord been showing these different signs in the heavens, in the moon, chariot sightings. But also, signs when you go to the grocery stores concerning this famine. When you see a shortage of items or, different resources, all of these things are tokens or signs of future events that the Lord, decrees to come to pass, man. You got ICE. Here it is. They just arrested a 5-year-old northern tribe with his father, and sending them to a detention center, man. So those are signs of what, these future events are gonna entail, man. And that's ultimately what prophecy is. The word prophecy means to say before. So the Lord has the prophets out to say these things, basically to speak them into existence. You see, before they even manifest. But continuing on, it's Joel 2 and verse 1. It says, blow you the trumpet in Zion. See? We're blowing that trumpet to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You're seeing what ICE is doing, and that's eventually gonna escalate to martial law, going back to the dude's dream that he had, of empty shelves, and the C-19 gave you a glimpse into what that's gonna look like, and it ain't gonna be no buying up tissue in that day alone. It's gonna be everything. That whole, just imagine Costco's or Walmart being completely empty. Just imagine it, just trash everywhere. People looting the stores. Of course, people gonna be looting liquor stores. Cause certain people need the medication. They got pharmaceutical shortages now over here in America. So people that's on these certain drugs, you're not gonna have them available too much longer, man. People gonna resort to drinking, and that's not gonna do nothing but put more demons on them. And then if there's no food, no water, these people are gonna lose their mind, man. But we blowing that trumpet to you Israelites, man, sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh Shemel Shai cometh, for it is nigh at hand, you see. And we're in the day of the Lord now, man. You see? It's Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You see, so we're in the beginning of sorrows. This is just the beginning. But these evils is going to intensify. Remember, evils and only evils, behold, is come. You see? These evils, everything is going to get worse. It's not going to get better, especially for you tribes. Here it is, ISIS, it has came down on Gad, and here it is, Gad was here first, you see? But Esau don't care, because, hey, he come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. He's just doing what the Lord created him to do. But who's in control of Esau? Yahweh Shemel Shai, because that's the sword of the Lord. And that's why we warning you turn back to Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? Because only the elect is going to be saved out of these times. That's why it says, but he shall be saved out of it. So even though, Jacob's trouble is going to be like a time like never was since it was a nation, it's not going to be able to compare to the different events that took place in past history, past famines, past civil wars, uproars of the people. That's not going to compare to Jacob's trouble, man. You see? And only the elect is going to be saved out of these times. And it's going to get so bad to where it tells you in Daniel the 12th chapter that Michael the archangel is going to have to stand up to defend the elect. Because we understand and know that the angels encamp around about them that fear the Lord, man. It's all about fearing Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? Going back to the example of Noah. When he heard the report of the Heavenly Father that he was about to flood the earth, what did that do? That compelled him to build an ark to the saving of his house, man. You see? 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 22, it says, and suddenly, see, these things is going to be all of a sudden, but it's not going to be all of a sudden to those that are watching, you see? It's going to be all of a sudden to you glutton Americans that think that this place is going to continue, forever or even 1,000 more years. You see, these calamities are going to hit you people suddenly, because, you may even, pay attention to the shortages. But you think that all things are going to get back to normal. You think that, okay, Trump going to say today, since gas prices is going down, eventually the food going to go back down to how it was in 2010. Absolutely not. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. That's your stores. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Yeah, and that was in the dude's dream. In the store, and it was completely empty, man. Shelves was empty, That's prophecy. That's the words of Yahweh Shema Shai being on display and resting in the planet Earth. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. Yeah, that's your livelihood, your food, even though you still able to go to your your Whole Foods, your Sam's, you can still go to Dollar General. You got so many fucking Dollar Generals down here, it's ridiculous. But even though you're still able to come and go as you please, get the things that you need, it says that they think themselves to be in good case. Yeah, you think that you okay. You think, basically you saying peace and safety. And we know when you say peace and safety, it means sudden destruction. Sudden destruction is going to come upon you people, man. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth. And these are the different events and things that are going to continue to grow. Because as we spoke about earlier, evil and only evil, behold, is come. Sword, famine, and great confusion, you see? So that perplexity is going to kick in on you people. Where you're not going to know what the hell to do. Famine is going to continue to rest upon you people. It ain't going to be getting no Fruit Loops in that day. You got your bowl of cereal. Ain't gonna be no steak and mac and cheese, no filet mignon, It ain't gonna be none of that in that day, man. The sword's gonna increase. Ice, it ain't gonna be no ice in that day, Or you might still have ice, but they may be under another name. But it's gonna come a whole nother military, presence, foreign troop to put you people down, man, with the sword, You're going to have drones flying in your neighborhoods, blowing your house up, blowing people up, blowing up babies, old people. Esau's going to be like a madman sparing none, because this is what these elites want. They want chaos in the streets. And ultimately, it goes back to Yahweh Shema Shai. You see? It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish, meaning die, of famine. and the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. So, hey, it just like in Amos, you ran away from a lion, got in the house, and you lean your hand on a wall. A serpent bit you. Even if you escape that, you bypass that. Now you being met with a bear. So basically, representing it ain't gonna be no escaping from the Lord's hand. You see. So even if you escape the famine, because you got a lot of people out there, especially you fucking Edomites, you think you survival niggas, you think you gonna stock up goods, canned goods, and survival food that can last 100 more years, thinking you can outsmart the Lord. But here it is, you're dealing with a power that made water come out of a rock, man. You don't think the Lord can turn your food supply into some bugs or a pile of shit, And knowing you nasty ass Americans, you niggas don't care, man. You'll eat shit. You gonna have people out here so hungry, so desperate that they gonna be drinking their own piss and eating their own shit. These Americans are gonna be doing the most disgusting shit ever, man. Hell, I just posted a video not too long ago of a Jake. The nigga ate a bear, man. The nigga grilling a goddamn black bear and trying to convince you that the shit tastes like chicken, man. And you mean to tell me, hey, matter of fact, you gonna have cannibalism. You gonna have a whole lot of grilled booty out here, man. From old all the way to young. Niggas you gonna be seeing people in their front yard literally got a whole fire going, and it's a human on that motherfucker. Hell, they got human they got certain restaurants that sell human meat, if I ain't mistaken. Over there in New York, if I ain't mistaken, But hey, these are the perilous times that are here, man. You see? And the only way you're gonna escape is if you are the elect and if you have this truth, man. And most importantly, if you have the names Yahweh Shemal Washai. You see? Because the elect is gonna be saved. But this is Psalms 50 and verse 14. I'm gonna close out with this when it says, offer unto the Most High thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High. You see? It says, and call upon me in the day of trouble. The elect is going to call upon the Lord. The Lord told us to call upon him. And how you going to call upon the Lord if you don't know his name? Proving you got to know the name of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. And it ain't no Jehovah. And it ain't no fucking sweet baby barbecue sauce Jeebus. You see? You going to die if you call on them names. Just like that old lady that got shot last year in the face by Esau, man, when she called on Jeebus, man. That nigga said, you better fucking not. And faced her ass, showing you that ain't no power in Jeeba. Jeeba ain't gonna save you. All that hooping and hollering you niggas be doing in them fucking wicked ass churches. The Lord gonna destroy you niggas, man. That's why the Lord set up Drewski's stupid ass to mock you niggas, man. To mock the Christian church. Which niggas been mocking that shit, since goddamn Mike Epps and Cat Williams time, Hell, even before then, niggas been mocking Christianity, showing you that it's a fucking joke, man. And you gonna die if you call upon them names in that day. It says, may call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. You see? And that's what the elect is gonna do, man. The elect is gonna call upon Yahweh Shemal Washai in the time of trouble. That's why I said, he shall be saved out of it. And that's concerning the elect. Because the elect is going to understand and know, during the time of trouble to call on Yahweh Shemal Washai for their salvation. But Lord willing, that was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the man who taught me this truth. Peace and blessings be to the hopeful elect, your men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.